And hello there. Welcome to this April 24th edition of the Daily Tea with me. My name is Myra, and this is my channel, Healing Tea Talk. If this is your first time joining me, welcome to the party. Welcome to the Healing Tea Tribe, where we get a daily encouragement, daily tarot message for the day. So this will be for tomorrow, Friday, April the 24th. I hope that you guys are having a great day. Hope all is well. We had the threat of storms yesterday, but thankfully all was well. We had storms, but no tornado. There was a tornado watch last night, so I'm very, very grateful for that, for God's protection and his provision. Hope you guys are doing good. Just doing a little pre-shuffle while people get on. Hey, Mimi, how are you? Hi, Alice, how are you? So glad to see you guys today. How are you guys doing? It is a beautiful day here in Texas. It's just absolutely gorgeous. Well, good. I'm glad that you're here. Glad that you're here. I am doing so good. So grateful. Yesterday, there was a tornado watch for my area, and it ended up just being a bad thunderstorm for a short period of time, thankfully. That kind of stuff always makes me a little bit nervous, so I was glad it was nothing. And then today, woke up, it was absolutely gorgeous out, beautiful, sunny. So I am grateful for the warm weather. So I feel bad. There's a little doggy. Well, not so little, but she comes by every day. She had pups, and her I was gonna try to turn the camera around. You might be able to see her. Hold on. But see the little dog in the background? She comes by every day, going to the garden compost pile looking for food, bless her heart. And my heart just absolutely goes out to this dog. Like, gosh, I mean, she never bounced back from having all those puppies. So she's saggy and just everything. So we try to put stuff out that, you know, she can benefit from, but poor thing. So she just walks by across the back, and she does her little routine every day. It's so interesting when you can sit out and just observe nature like this, because it can be wild kingdom out here. All the things that you just see, experience, and witness. Very interesting. All right. All right, guys. Well, we're at the 3-minute mark, so I'm going to say a prayer and we'll get into the guidance for today. Holy Spirit, thank you so much for my healing tea friends. Thank you for your divine guidance. Juice, hello there. Good to see you, Juice. Thank you, Holy Spirit, for the divinest of messages. Thank you that we magnetize great and awesome things. We magnetize solutions, love, anything that is our heart's desire. We magnetize that to us now. Thank you, archangels. Hi, Janie. How are you? Good to see you. We pray for the highest level of divine guidance. We attract answers, solutions, things that make us happy, things that make us smile. All of that. Thank you for all of that in our reading today. In Jesus' name, amen. All right, you guys ready? Oh, thank you, Janie. So glad you're here. So let's start with the Whispers of Love deck. Hi, Lashonda. How are you? All right, guys. Let's see what's going on. This is technically for tomorrow, but it could resonate today or the next day or any day. Oh, that's a lot. Hi, Erica. Hi, Corey. Are we? Oh, it's the Pluto retrograde in Capricorn. That is, when is that? The 26th? Something like that. Yeah, Pluto is pretty intense. Pluto is pretty intense, for sure. Hi, Tamara. How are you? Yeah, Pluto is all about revolution and confrontation, getting things addressed. Hi, God's Anointed. How are you? For sure. All right, Holy Spirit, messages out of this whisper. Okay, here we go. Ooh, spiritual connection. This is nice. Wow, a relationship has a connection that goes beyond this lifetime. It's almost telepathic. Look at that. See how their heads are connected? It's like when you're thinking of someone, they're thinking of you. Nice. All right, let's get another one. Love is all around you. There is love everywhere all the time. Simply acknowledge this as truth. And ask for help. What do you really need? Be willing to accept support. Nice. Could be, it looks like a father figure or something. And the true love card is at the bottom of the deck. All right, let's try the angel guidance deck and see what comes out. Angel guidance deck, Holy Spirit, for April 24th. Guidance for us today, tomorrow, whatever you want us to know, Spirit, for today or April 24th. Oh, good. Okay, family. This says this situation is rooted in an emotional experience with a family member which we can help you to understand and heal. In your mind and heart, surround this person, yourself, and the experience with calming blue light and many angels. Be open to the gifts within the situation and allow yourself to feel peace. So if there is any kind of family matter or issue, it's usually the first person that comes to mind. And assertiveness. This is that speaking truth in love card. It says this situation can be healed. So both of these cards talk about healing coming to a potential conflict. But there's a need for your strength and truthfulness with the other people involved. We will stand right behind you as you speak your truth, giving you strength and guiding your words. All right. And we have giving and receiving here, which is some give and take. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and do the tarot spread. All right. Overall energy for April 24th. Overall energy. All right, guys. We have here, the seven. Oh, two sevens. 7 of Michael and a 7 of Ariel. It feels like something is stagnant because you need to reevaluate the plan or the execution of something. Okay. Some people could be waiting for somebody to come clean, but it just feels like it's stagnant energy right now. Um, this is air, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and this is Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. However, just the energy of the cards is something isn't going anywhere because you need to reevaluate the plan. People could be at a standstill. Um, there's a better way. There's a better way. Rethink your plan. The Four of Swords is here. All right, so let's take a look at the potential challenge. The Empress, yeah, and the Eight of Raphael. So somebody wants something to grow, okay, but it's like it's stagnant. So that's the challenge, is the growth. Some of this is doing what you know to do is right. Something isn't working, so you got to do what you know. You have to do what you know is right to do. Emphasis on doing what is right. Okay. Yeah, Corey, it shows that too. It shows that too. Let's take a look at the foundational energy. Foundational energy, Holy Spirit. Underlying emotion. All right, we have the Chariot. Okay, that's movement. Also another 7. Solutions. And Epiphany. All major arcana in your foundational energy. So it really just feels like you guys know that there's something, there's a solution. Um, you get an idea. It could be through a spiritual portal or spiritual pathway. But you get a download of some kind of solution. Yeah, the Four of Michael's here through meditation and prayer that allows you to move forward. So I feel like this is sort of the prerequisite. It's like get more instruction, get more information. You may need to um, seek divine guidance, basically. Yeah. All right, let's take a look at the recent past. I think there are definitely answers that come from above. That's sort of what this reading is saying. Like, there are solutions to this. If you're feeling stuck or stagnant in any whatever area it is, part of getting unstuck is to tap into your spirituality. Um, See the World card, all these major arcana, the Knight of Michael, the Page of Ariel. Somebody could have gotten an idea to go back to school or study something. But there was like a recent idea that you had, like, ooh, I got an idea, I'll do XYZ. And so you were very committed to whatever idea it was. Very optimistic about it. Felt like something was going to go well. Lots of positive expectations. Maybe, you expected things to move faster than they are. Hi, Sean. Let's take a look at your crowning energy. Some of you may need help with something. You're being guided to ask for help. Could be from a parental figure, a divine masculine parental figure. All right, your crowning energy, the moon and the high priestess. Lord have mercy. There's so many major arcana in this reading in every area. So there's a lot you don't know. That's why you got to tap into your spirituality. And the magician. I'm telling you, there is so much hidden knowledge in this reading. It's just so much you don't know. It's so much you don't know. But if you tap in, I do see a lot of success. A lot of success. Your crowning energy, I don't think I've seen this before. Your foundational energy looks like this. Okay. That's sort of your underlying emotion, waiting for solutions because you want to move forward. You want to, but look at your crowning energy. Three major arcana as well, which is the moon, the high priestess, and the magician. It's like you, this is all like underlying energy. It's the unknown. The high priestess is also about the unknown. There's so much, either someone is insane or so much you don't know. This is kind of interesting. So you have major arcana in every position except your overall, which is interesting. And then let's take a look at your potential outcome. Yeah, this reading is about improving your plans. Whatever it is that you were trying to do, you'll need to revisit your plan of action or your strategic plan. Okay. All right, let's take a look at the. All right, and your potential outcome, friends, is another major arcana, leap of faith. Another major arcana, the star, and the five of Ariel. So, this is powerful. It's like a like a like a wake up call in a way. Um, you're gonna have to believe in yourself. We're gonna have to get your self esteem up. Okay, so you gotta believe in yourself. What you think about, you bring about. And so I'm sitting here with my secret book here. If you've never read The Secret, read it. It's really good. And so your negative thoughts produce a self-fulfilling prophecy. So I have the book opened. I just opened it. I'll read to you what it says. It says, you have a choice right now. Do you want to believe that it's just the luck of the draw and bad things can happen to you at any time? Do you want to believe that you can be in the wrong place at the wrong time, that you have no control over circumstances? Or do you want to believe and know that your life experience is in your hands and that only all good can come into your life because that is the way you think? You have a choice. And whatever you choose to think will become your life experience. That is true. As a man thinketh, so is he. That's Bible. Okay? So, your outcome is going to be very much determined by how you think or feel. Okay? I do see healing and recovery for finances, or any kind of challenge, whether it's to your energy levels, resources. I do see that. I do see that. All right, so let's take a look at the Seven of Ariel. All right, Princess of Swords is here. Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. The Five of Swords. It feels like some of you ended something with someone, or you need to. Hi, Carmen. Letting somebody know something is over. What's the Seven of Michael? Or someone could be telling you that. Someone could be, you're procrastinating about letting somebody know it's over. Or vice versa. Let's see what the Seven of Michael is. Okay, already. Gee whiz. All right, the Seven of Michael. I feel like it's how you tell them. See, the Five of Wands, there's conflict. Like for some of you, that family card that talked about there's some relationship that's in need of healing. This is assertive communication. and the Princess of Pentacles. So this could be a friendship or siblings. It looks like it could be a same-sex relationship. But in order for you guys to take off and have a fresh start, I do feel like you have to have that exchange. And in your guidance, right? For some people, it's a family conflict. For others of you, whatever the conflict is, someone who's like family to you or a very close friend, a sibling, a sister, there is a need for honest and open communication in order for this to resolve itself. Okay, so there needs to be an open and honest exchange. Some people could be fearing that an open and honest exchange would end the friendship or relationship. But I think that's how you heal it. You have to address the issue with this person. And again, it feels like it could be siblings, it could be friends, or something like that. But you need to address the issue for sure. Okay. All right. What's the Eight of Cups in the challenge? And the Empress. Some people would rather just walk away and not address it. I see a Prince of Cups, an Eight of Pentacles. I'm looking at the Hanging Man. Hi, Angela. Some of you are trying to figure out how this fulfilling career path or money thing is going to work out for you. But I feel like that is going to come from, it's going to come from a focusing on your spirituality versus just working hard. You know, that faith without works is dead kind of thing. But I think you need the faith part. There's a lot of spiritual energy in this reading and answers that come through your spiritual development and growth. So focusing on your spiritual practice, whatever that is. And it's like things are revealed to you. You get the innovation that you're looking for to start something new or be successful as far as a business goes or work. What's the Chariot? And solutions. The Queen of Cups, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. The Death card, Scorpio. The Fool card. Some of you know you have to end something. Again, the Ace of Swords is about speaking the truth, clearing up communication issues with somebody, clearing the air with them. And so the Death and the Fool are almost opposites. Like it's Scorpio and Aries, but it's almost like a hard ending and a very a fresh start with no baggage, not a lot of weight, weights or responsibilities. It's also kind of motherly. For some people, I know this is a little, it's like, let's say someone's mother passed away and the siblings are fighting. Money could be held up because of that as well. I feel like nobody will win in a scenario like this. So my condolences to anyone who lost their mother recently. Yeah. Let's take a look at the recent past. The Page of Ariel, the Knight of Swords, and the World. Okay. The Devil card, Capricorn. What's the Page of Ariel? The Eight of Swords. For some of you, it's very hard to walk away, or it was hard to walk away from an ex or something. I see the Sun card. And the Queen of Swords. It's like someone makes you very happy, but you know you need to cut them loose for sure. In the past, it's like a person. It's hard to get away from them. Hard to cut loose your addiction or the person you were really, really tethered to. Okay, what's the Moon? What's the secret? What's the Moon? For some of you, this is a spiritual connection. It's a soul connection with somebody. You definitely... The Ace of Cups. Oh, wow. There's a new... And the Six of Cups. Wow. So this renewed love or connection with your ex. Some of you are dealing... The Chariot is here. You have recently gone back to an ex. And it's great. You love it. What's the High Priestess? The King of Cups. And the Nine of Pentacles. I see an offer on the table. And the Magician. Someone's being has a lot of emotion or feelings for somebody. The Eight of Wands. They're looking at you. They reach out. I see a Nine of Swords. So this person reaching out to you makes you feel like, oh, shit. You could feel guilty. You could feel bad. They definitely... they make you an offer. They make you an offer. God dog it. Or vice versa. This could be you. Someone's energy is this Prince of Pentacles, whose arms are folded. Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus, as a card goes, but your energy is like, like you're hearing what they have to say, but your body language is closed off. Sort of stoic, sort of. What's the leap of faith? Oh, shit. Okay. Sorry, that was a wasp. We have a wasp issue. Okay. Oh. Oh. Another scenario. Someone could have recently become widowed. Maybe someone from your past. And they reach out too soon. They need to wait, or you need to wait. Wait. It's like too soon. Like, you could be telling somebody that it's too soon to do that. It could be a secret. Like, let's say you're involved with somebody who lost a spouse and you guys are seeing each other, but it's like not cool yet to let the world know. Definitely not the kids, even if they're adult children in this scenario. Like, please don't let anybody know because it's going to be drama and conflict. But you guys have a connection. All right, so let's see what the leap of faith card is. Yeah, someone's in love. I heart you. Yeah, someone's in love for sure. What's the leap of faith card? Some of you are going to get help from somebody if you're needing resources. The Two of Wands. Angela, interesting. The Two of Wands, the Seven of Pentacles. Somebody feels like something was a waste of time. What's the Star? Definitely have a choice to make. What's the Star? The Star is also an Aquarius card. So we've got Aquarius, Aries, Scorpio. What is the Star? The Three of Pentacles. Okay. So some of you are dealing with more than one person. Here's a Nine of Wands. It's persistence, though. For some scenarios, this is keep working at something. For some scenarios, one scenario is there's something somebody's working on, and there's a lot of diligence that's needed. Like if you're just building something, there's cooperation with others. Maybe you have a partner. For some people, maybe this is a business partnership and you and the person aren't seeing eye to eye. And you're like, or you could be trying to do a business venture with a friend, and it's like you've got to address the elephant in the room. You have to be assertive in your communication to alleviate the conflict. Okay. But I think with persistence, some of you could be wondering, like, is this, did I pick the right business partner to do this with? Did I pick the right partner to do this venture with? It seems new, so I think you can still work at it and it work out. What's the Five of Ariel? Let's see. And I just saw 3311 and 3313 on my clock. What is the Five of Ariel? I saw the Empress. So you guys are trying to get something off the ground, but you got to rethink your plan. We have the Four of Wands, which is celebration and commitment. Something will take some work. Something will take some work and some commitment, tenacity, stick-to-itiveness, if you will. The Hermit, Virgo, and the Three of Wands. It feels like a lot of self-work, too, for some of you. Like the more you work on yourself, the better your relationships will be. But that is just true in general. So, so yeah, the more you work on yourself, the better your relationships get, work and otherwise. Yeah, it looks like somebody, hi Demetria. Someone wants to work on a relationship, a marriage maybe. They don't want to give up on it. So one person may think it's over, and another person, someone wants to get on with their life. I see that too. Um, yeah, someone wants to get on with their life. Something is over for them. They want to get on with their life. There's another, okay, so at the bottom of the reading is the Queen of Cups. At the top of the reading is the King of Cups. So this, we have a number of scenarios. One is, you know, it looks like it's sisters, friends, or siblings that are in conflict. Okay, could be a family situation, right? That can be healed and resolved with some direct communication, but loving, truthful communication. Okay, how you say something matters. But then there's another scenario, friends, where two people are trying to end a relationship, a divorce. One person is ready to end it and move on with their life. Um, there's another person, maybe the divine masculine in the situation, who definitely has his eye on somebody else. And you're like, okay. So either the relationship isn't over and you're like, it's too soon. Oh my God, why are you reaching out to me? Um, could be a Scorpio, a Cancer, or Pisces. But somebody behind the scenes is trying to create a new relationship. Definitely. Yeah. Someone who's the relationship isn't totally over maybe yet with the spouse, but they're trying to create a new relationship behind the scenes. They have a spiritual connection. So this is either a marriage where there's a spiritual connection, or this King of Cups has a spiritual connection with somebody else. He wants to. He wants to. And somebody is like, oh my God, like they're getting so much communication and they have so many thoughts running through their head. It's like, oh, every time they text you or call you, it's like, stop, you gotta stop. Um, Hi, Carmen. Mm-hmm. We gotta rethink this plan. Mm-hmm. Let me get you another advice card, friends. Advice, Holy Spirit, for my friends in this scenario. I do see a genuine connection. True love is here. And I feel like that is, whether that is your friend, your lover, your business partner, it's a true connection. Advice, Holy Spirit, for this scenario. Hmm. Woof, 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 woof. All right. Interesting. The arts. Express yourself through creative activities. So somebody is really knee deep into some kind of creative project. Um, Sacred space. Create an altar or visit a power place to connect to the divine. Do you remember the start of the reading? A lots of major arcana, a very spiritually based reading. A lot of spirituality in this reading. Um, there is a need, if you are, there's a need to, for some of you, you'll be able to connect with this, but there is a need to connect spiritually. The details are one thing. The details of the reading are one thing, but the sort of the energy behind the reading, the stuff that matters for those of you who have a plan that's not quite working out, is you must connect spiritually in order for something to grow and become unstagnant. You've got to connect to the power source. So it could be a project that's stagnant. It could be a relationship that's stagnant. It could be your creativity that is stagnant. The solution is to connect spiritually to the divine. And whatever that means for you, but there is a need to grow, learn, and develop. Spending that time on yourself, growing, maturing spiritually is the answer. For sure. You're trying to manifest some really big major things. This reading is full of it's full of themes and things that spirit really wants you to learn and understand and wants you to grow and to be prosperous, for some of you even famous. But you can't do these things unless you have a very strong center and a very strong core. Like your spirituality is intact and you're centered, which is really what's needed here. Um, on a shadow side, and I don't get into this stuff at all, but on the shadow side, I do see some manipulative spiritual energy, like black magic, or trying to manipulate a situation with black magic or some. I don't deal with stuff like that, but I see it. Somebody trying to manipulate spiritual practices to get somebody to do what they want or to get a situation to move. So it's sort of, there are several different principles that people function in this arena. There are some people who are spiritual and more like me, is where the divine is the source, the creator, and you let things unfold as only the divine could. There are other people who actively try to manipulate life. And I'm not talking about thoughts become things where you really dwell and meditate on what you desire, and there's a law of attraction principle at work, kind of like the law of gravity. This is a little bit different. This is manipulation, or trying to get people to behave the way you want them to, or vice versa. Mm-mm. I'm not on that. But it's not my reading. I'm just saying. It doesn't work. It don't work. It doesn't work. I do see a fresh start, and I do see um, someone healing coming to a situation. So I do see genuinely healing coming to someone's situation, whether that's physical, financial, or otherwise. Okay, I do see that. It's going to be okay. But I would just tell you, don't, for some people, I don't advise that kind of, I don't advise that kind of approach to life. I think some things are in God's lane and you let God be God. That's me. And some things are in our lane. So if you are at a standstill with a person, though, things are stagnant in a relationship, try just communicating. Try just communicating. Instead of trying to figure someone out or manipulate someone, just communicate. Seriously. So some, I understand too, wanting to know what people are thinking, how they're feeling. I totally get that, especially if someone has ghosted you and you're like, I need answers. I want to know what's going on. I totally get that. And wanting guidance. What I have found in my readings is the guidance is usually for me. It's not for them. And so there are things that Spirit wants you to know so that you can be your best self always. Okay. And so a lot of times the guidance will be general guidance that helps me get to the greatest version of myself, not to fix a situation that's in my head. Usually my guidance will be something that is overall good for Myra in general as a person, to be a good person to myself, my family, my community. You know what I'm saying? And most people don't want that. It's like, I want to address the issue at hand. I want to talk about the issue. Whereas Spirit is more concerned about your growth and development as a person. Okay. And so sometimes the advice that comes out, people are like, no, just tell me about the person. And Spirit is all these purple arcana is, I'm trying to tell you about you. You can't control the person, but I'm trying to wrap my loving arms around you so that you can be whole, well, and healed, so that you won't be depleted, so that you won't feel, do this roller coaster ride with life, because life has its ups and downs, but you don't have to go up and down. You can actually have peace in the midst of any storm. Okay. So this scenario that I'm looking at is literally healing coming to your situation wherever you may feel depleted or down and out or stagnant. Healing coming to that, but it's a connection with source that does that. Some people are considering walking away from something because you think it's not growing, and that's not the case. It's just there's some work needed. You need to redo the plan, and or you need to there's some tenacity needed. Don't just walk away from something because it gets hard or it gets, it's not, doesn't seem to be growing. There's something you need to reconsider. And so a good question to ask source, God, spirit is, what is the lesson you're trying to teach me? Okay, it's a very bold question. It's a very brave question to ask, but it's a worthy question. God, what are you trying to teach me? Because something isn't working. You don't see the growth because something isn't working. Okay, so this is about stick to itiveness with something. This is about it's sort of that Pluto Capricorn retrograde in a way. Um, but healing coming to a scenario as well. All right, guys. So, yeah, it's okay to ask for help, by the way. Closed mouths don't get fed. So, it's okay to ask for help if you guys are at a standstill or something isn't growing. It is okay to ask for help. Some of you need help, and it's okay to say to somebody, I really need your help. For sure, Corey, no question. It's always time for prayer. Always. Very interesting reading. It's so honest. I know, it's so honest. But I know that when I do readings, a lot of times the thing that's on my mind isn't the thing that comes out. That has been happening to me since I started this a year ago. And it's always something I'm like, oh my God, I didn't even read. That's true. That's what was on the, that is what's, that's what's going on with me or something like that. And it'll just shock me like, oh my gosh, I wasn't even thinking about that. I was thinking about something else. But it'll be something that Spirit wants me to take a look at and address it. But it's always for my growth and development, which is really good. It's really, really good. And, the other thing that I'm feeling compelled to share with you guys is that it's sort of, some of us resist taking ownership of our lives, right? It's much easier to feel like things are just going to be what they're going to be. To some degree, that is true. But sometimes that keeps us from owning the choices that we make. All right. Including how we think. So there are some people who have that philosophy because they don't want to take action and try to change things. So, the last phrase of this line says, "You have a choice, and whatever you choose to think will become your life experience." So it's like when you really want to, if you're thinking about becoming healthy, let's say losing weight, and how you're thinking contributes to your daily actions, right? So sometimes it's just easier to let stuff just happen versus take control of your life. And I'm not talking about letting things unfold, because things are going to unfold. There are some things that are beyond our control, but there are some things that are definitely within our control based on how we think and the choices we make. So that's that's a really hard hitting truth, when something is smacking you in the face. Like, I have to take ownership of my life. Where I am in my life is a direct result of the choices that I've made in a lot of cases. And one of the choices could have been to not do better. One of the choices could have been to not try harder. One of the choices could have been to be comfortable where you are. And that's that brutal Pluto true. That whole revolution going on the inside of you. Hi, Cat Car. And so the great thing about that, to flip it on the positive side, is that means you have the power to change your circumstance. You have the power to change your circumstance. It's very easy to say, well, no, I don't. No, I don't. But there are always choices that we make, starting with how you think. As a man thinketh, so is he. If you think you cannot change your circumstance, guess what? Your circumstance won't change. People who created stuff that never existed, it started in their mind first. Then it became reality. For example, the Wright brothers, right? When planes did not exist, it existed in their head first, right? There was a solution, and they thought up the solution, right? It wasn't in the mid, they weren't looking at their present circumstance. They were looking at the future. And they were saying there's got to be a solution to what's going on now. There's some kind of solution. And so they began to create with the future in mind. Okay? So they began to create what never existed. They weren't bogged down with the reality of today. They were thinking about the future. For some of us, literally, there are ideas, solutions, things that we could come up with, but it starts in our mind and then it comes into fruition. Just like people who've invented vaccines, people who have invented anything, the table that you're sitting at or the chair you're sitting in. That started as a thought, and then it became reality, right? So we can create solutions for our life. We can create solutions for ourselves. We have to own it and take ownership of where we are. And if we don't like where we are, then we have to be willing to do what we got to do to change it. There are always going to be obstacles, but there are always going to be solutions too. Okay? For sure. For sure. Benjamin Franklin, before he discovered electricity, it didn't exist, right? It was a far-fetched thought. Um, The thought of turning on a light switch back in the day when there were just um, candles and lanterns was far-fetched. It was unrealistic, right? So, friends, all I'm saying is you can take control of your life, just like I'm taking control of these flies. And that's just a very practical example. But it could seem like, I could just be like, it's just awful out there and refuse to enjoy my day because of a pestilence like flies. I could, or I could take control of the situation and say, no, I'm going to enjoy this patio. But here's how I'm taking control of the situation. So I'm just saying. And you guys have dead aim too, as Tweety said. You have good aim. Shoot your shot. Shoot your shot. Make life what you want it to be. Be safe, but make life what you want it to be. Decide how you want life to be. And part of that comes through your spiritual practice and your thought process. Just meditating sometimes, just taking the time to either do active writing or journaling or but capturing, like, what, we have a certain number of days. As Dion Cole said in his stand up, we only have so many summers left. So if you think of life in terms of, I only got 26 more summers left, then you start to get a little bit more intentional about what you want to do with those days. What do you want those days to look like, and how do you want to feel? Okay. Beautiful. Beautiful. Good advice. Good advice, if I do say so myself. Great advice. It will definitely change how you approach your days, how you approach people, who you let in your life, and who you allow to use up your time, spend time with. Um, you won't just let any and everybody come into your life because your time is too precious and you've got things to do and things that you want to do. So you're not gonna, and I promise you, you won't just be leaving it up to, you won't just be leaving it up to people. You'll be much more proactive. You'll be much more proactive, not just leaving it up to the day to figure out how your day is gonna go. No, you'll be real intentional when you start to number your days. What is that? Psalms 90 verse 12. Lord, teach us to number our days so we may apply our hearts unto wisdom. When you realize we only have a number of days left, you are more inclined to not waste them. And you get intentional about how you're going to spend your time. When we are mindless with our time and we don't designate purpose to our time, we are really taking our days for granted, right? You believe your time is infinite and endless, but we have a certain amount of time here on this earth. And when you take it seriously, then you begin to plan accordingly. And some of the stuff that you think is important, it suddenly isn't as important. Just facts, right? Yep. So get intentional, guys, about how you want to spend your days with the 26 summers you have left, right? How do you want to spend your time? What is important to you? What matters most? And if it doesn't fit into that grand scheme of things, then it doesn't serve you, and then you don't give it your energy or your time, because we got things to do. We have life to live and we have divine purpose. Right? Right. All right, my friends, I love you dearly. I've appreciated this time with you. I hope it has blessed and served you in some way. Um, love you guys so much. I am going to transition, um, and then I'm going to start on Cancer's live weekly after this. So if you guys are interested in being around, sticking around for that, you can transition with me into Cancer's live reading or wait until your particular sun sign comes out. But I love you dearly. I'm so glad to be here with you. Thank you for liking the video, subscribing to my channel. Please actively subscribe. I know we can turn this active thing around. Plus, when you comment and subscribe, I also add you to the free reading raffle. The next one will be April the 30th at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. Okay. Hi, Clarabelle. Gemini, I finished the Gemini weekly already. So that is uploaded. You could take a look at that. You're welcome, Corey. Yeah. So you can take a look at the Gemini. It's already loaded, Clarabelle. It's up. All right, guys. I love you. Talk to you soon. Blessings always. Bye bye.